I am live and in charge. Uh-oh, I stopped this live up here. How is everybody doing? I hope that you are doing fabulous. Happy Friday. Parents, are you up? Are you awake? Are you catching a replay? Let me know. Y'all, I have sneezed 142 times this morning. So pardon me as I get my eyes all the way together. All right, let me go live up here. So I want to talk to you this morning. I had a very cool event last night where I was able to meet with other people who know that parents have the power, that education is important, that it's in our hands to make sure that we ensure learning for every child, that we ensure success in school and out of school. And they asked a really cool question. So, what's a world class education? What's a world class education? The question I got asked yesterday is when I say world class education, what comes to mind for you? And I had to sit back because I was at, hey, Goods, hey, Andy. I was at a table full of community leaders and people who are deeply invested in education. And I'm like, world class education. I mean, let me give you some background. So, this is for parents. Uh, if you support children, if you help to raise or care for a child, I want you to just listen to um, the answer to a what is a world class education. So I've been in education for 14 years. I was raised, I had to break this word up. I was an English language arts teacher. So I had to break down the words world class education because it gave me, I'm going to be honest, I was thinking it was like a little snooty. Like nobody asked for world class education. Quality. Quality. That's what we need is quality. So I broke down world class education to make it make sense for me. So, world, I'm like, I've traveled. I've seen the world. I was born in Germany. I did middle school in Germany. I studied abroad. I have traveled across Europe. I've traveled across Latin and Central America. I studied abroad in South Korea, in South Africa. Like, world means exposure to all those places, whether it comes from just the cultural competence, knowing who you are and how you engage with a different culture in a different place, language and access to knowing different language, especialmente Espanol. Y'all know I love Spanish. Soon these lives are going to be in Spanish, so you might want to learn Spanish. And I started to think about the word class, and I think of class as socioeconomic class, cultural class. And I was raised middle class because my father was in the US military for 24 years. So he made sacrifices that changed the class that I grew up in. Okay. So, class to me, and there's lots of implications that come with being middle class, right? Um, I'm like world class education. And I've been in education. I've been supporting education and education systems for 14 years. So it comes as a surprise to some that I have an interesting view of the system. The system is working. The system is systeming, and the system does not work for every family, every parent, every child. So we have options when it comes to do we engage with the system or do we educate outside of the system? Because let me tell you what a system is. This live is just informative. Now, if you are listening, here's at the end of this, I'm gonna give a I'm gonna give an altar call. I want you to all to come to my webinar next week. It is my Parent Plus webinar workshop where I'm gonna break down the school system. I want you to be able to understand it and walk away with a 30-day plan for your child's success, specifically for your child. Now, how do I do that? I look at who are you? Who's your family? Who's your child? What's your goal? And make sure that we hit three different areas. So we're not just working on grades, but social, spiritual, and scholarly. Three different areas for success. A system is a set of things working together as a part of a mechanism or an interconnecting network, a set of principles or procedures according to which something is done, an organized framework or method. The system works. The system is working. The school system works. The school system is working. And I'm not saying it's working for you. I'm not saying it's working for teachers. And I'm not saying it's even working for school administrators, but it's working. So sometimes we have to look and think outside of the system. Okay. So we began to talk more about, okay, world-class education. Thank goodness I wasn't first or second or third. We went around the table and a lot of people, as they were sharing and I was writing, I'm like, I agree, I would add this. And so this is my definition. I want to unpack this definition. And again, I want to work with parents who are like, world-class education. Okay. Yeah. All right. That's my version of success. Or no, my version of success is something different, but I need help making sure that my child achieves that version. All right. Because good grades, straight A's, scholarships, high SAT or ACT scores do not equal world class education, do not equal success in school and out of school. And we know that. We know that. We know that to be true. So I want to help parents that are busy. Yes, parents that are busy, parents that are intentional, parents that are engaged to get clear on what success looks like for your child, for your family, and in your life. All right. So when I say world class education, what comes to mind for you? Here's what I wrote down. First two words: unhurried, unworried. Unhurried, unworried. And I'm going to come back to those two, but just put that in your brain. A world class education prepares a human being by allowing them to know themselves and have access to endless awareness and possibilities for success. They are multilingual learners who have financial independence, purpose, a connection to God, healthy relationships, high satisfying careers, and good decision making skills so they can remain unhurried and unworried. Do you know that when your child entered this world, they were unhurried and unworried? I promise you, Josiah has been the epitome of unbothered since birth. Hashtag unbothered. Josiah was not concerned. He was not worried. He was not rushing to get here. When he got here, he's like, why y'all wake me up? And he has kept the same energy. And my goal as a parent, as his parent, as a good parent, is that he remains unhurried and unworried so that he can do what God has called him to do. And I know that looks like being a multi-language learner, being financially independent, having purpose, connection to God, healthy relationships, highly satisfying career, and good decision-making skills. Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything? When we talk about success for our children, when we talk about a world-class education, did I miss anything? Leave a comment if I missed something. So I would love to know your definition. The reason I came live today is because this nowhere here did I say A and B student, high SAT score, valedictorian. Now those achievements are amazing and they may be hit along the way, but this is the goal. This is the goal. And the system, and let's be clear, the system is not a person. The system is not even necessarily a group of people. The system is a mechanism. Okay. The system is a set of principles or procedures. The system sometimes is policy, things working together, interconnected network. Okay. The system is working and the system is flawed. And the system doesn't always work for you, for me, for our children. So, a world class education, I believe, disrupts the system. I'm going to tell you what disrupt means. Disrupt, obviously, interrupt, but to interrupt by causing a disturbance or a problem. Now, we also shared at this we also shared at this dinner what we got in trouble for at school. Okay, I'm going to let y'all guess and I'm not even going to be offended. Go ahead and guess. Why did Cassandra get in trouble at school? Anybody said a lot of things. Stop it. Now don't do that. Talking. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Get out of my seat. Mm-hmm. Not finishing my work. Yep. Yep. Not to full completion. Remember this coloring page? I did the work on the page, but you had to color in the page. That's part of completing the work. Coloring. It's dumb. It was a math sheet, and a part of completing the math sheet was coloring it in. No, I don't want to color this. It was a pink dinosaur. Or okay, it was not colored in. It was a white dinosaur. And I went out to recess knowing I hadn't completed my work, and my teacher assuming I hadn't completed my work because I was probably out of my seat and talking. And I remember that she made me go back in to get my paper. So obviously I go in, the work's not complete. So I get my pink crayon and I'm scribbling so I could take this out so it could be complete by the time I get outside at recess. Obviously, she comes in, she catches me. First of all, ma'am, it's just Mrs. Teacher, like all this energy that you're putting in on this sheet of paper that I didn't color in, you should evaluate, is the assignment actually assessing? Are you assessing my coloring skills or are you assessing math skills? This is literally, I didn't have the words to articulate this, but this is how I was thinking in the, had to be in the second grade. Yeah, in the second grade. This is how I was thinking. I'm like, this is dumb. And I'm like, then you gonna come in from recess to check on this paper I didn't complete that you sent me in here. What did you think I was gonna come in here and do? Complete it. Come on, come on. This is how I was thinking. This is why I was a different kind of teacher because I'm like, I already know. I get it. So anyway, I'm coloring, I get caught, I get shook. It's not fun to get caught doing the wrong thing. And teacher's like, you didn't complete this because you didn't blah, 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 blah. So then my mom, who worked down the street at the preschool, she had she was consistent with stopping by the school sometimes on the outside of the fence, and she had this bottle of water. It'd be like a big old bottle, but it'd be like ice and then water. And it was a hot summer day, right? I think we had just gotten to school, or it was like, the school year was almost ending. And she usually came by and she like said hi. And I'm like, that's my mama. My mama be coming to school. That's my mama. Love my mama. I love a pull up from my mama. I be like, look at my mama. She's so beautiful. She's so fun. She loves kids. Look at my mama. And then she would like spray us with water. Because it was hot, y'all. So it was a fun thing. Like my mom would pop up, and it was a time when I could see my mom at school. Like recess meant a lot of things. I could scream. I could boss kids around. I could play. I could, you know swing off the monkey bars, swing on the swings, go on the merry-go-round, go buck wild, crazy, jump rope, hopscotch. Recess was lit. Okay, so this woman interrupted my recess. Well, my mom stopped by that day, and so she's like, "Where's Cassandra?" Asking my friends, "Oh, she's inside." Probably said she's inside. She's in trouble. She didn't finish her work or whatever. So my mom goes in. She comes in, and I'm like, it was like a superhero appeared. It was like super parent. It was like Parent Plus. Dun, 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 dun. So my mom comes in and I'm like, yeah. Actually, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go, mom. I'm in trouble. My mom comes in and she asks questions. of the teacher. I'm like, oh. My mom is like, oh, what was the assignment? Oh, she didn't complete it? Well, and this is the teacher. No, she completed it, but she didn't color it. And I feel like my mom was like, oh, was coloring a part of the assignment? And she wasn't rude. She wasn't disrespectful. She wasn't loud. She wasn't any of that. She was asking the questions. I was already asking this about this situation. I was like, tell her, mom. Because here's the thing. I know. Go with me. Here's the thing. We have to, as adults, teachers, I'm talking to you, if you happen to be an educator, we have to really think, is the question valid? Not the source, right? Because if it is a 5-year-old, sometimes it feels a kind of way, but is the question valid? Y'all, sinuses are sinusing. I'm sorry. Just a minute. I'm so sorry. My God. We're going to bless the Lord. Is the question valid? Okay. If the question is valid, to answer the question, right? So some of the questions that my mom was asking, I was asking the same question, but it was valid because now it was an adult, and specifically, it was my mom. Okay, it was an educator. It was a strong Black woman trying to see what was going on with her baby. You know what I'm saying? It was a question, so she answered the questions. I think I still miss recess because the duration of this conversation. But it taught me something. It taught me that my mama will pull up and ask questions. And she wasn't loud. She wasn't disrespectful. She wasn't out of order. She just was not accepting what wasn't making sense. She was bucking up against the system because the rules and the procedures and the principles, not the principal, the principles, LES, said that if this sheet isn't colored in, it's not complete. Meanwhile, the math was done. Okay? The math was finished. That's how I act when it's early. I got to keep getting on here early because the early energy is lit. Okay? So the math was complete. The sheet wasn't colored in. And so the work wasn't done, and I was done, and I was being penalized. My mama disrupted the system. Hold on. You think I don't remember ever from that day forward. I don't know if there was a call like, don't play with her, don't play with her. Talking about my mama. I don't think I ever had the issue of the work was incomplete because it wasn't colored in, or the work was incomplete because she didn't trace the little bubbles around the assignment. Like the silly stuff. I think that was squashed and that was done. There was a disruption to the system. There was a disruption. What am I saying? Disruption. Mm, 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 mm. There was a disruption. My God. Disruption. There was a disruption to the system because the system didn't make sense. The system was working, okay? The system was solid, but it was not making sense. It was not working for those it was intended or needed to be working for, which was me, the student. So is the system working? Not in all the ways. And what can you do? A lot of it revolves around policy. As you continue to follow me, I will talk to you about that and how to get involved and use your voice and make sure, like, if we actually change the system, which means we change the set of principles, we change the set of procedures, we rig the system in our favor. We give the system what it needs to be given. Okay. And then things can work together appropriately. So again, I believe that a world-class education prepares a child by allowing them to know themselves and to access endless awareness and possibilities for success, making them multilingual learners, financially independent. Good morning, Esther. Also making them full of purpose, with a connection to God, healthy relationships, highly satisfying careers, and good decision-making skills. If I left anything off the list, please tell me what I left off and I will add it. The reason why I bring those things up is because I know you are wondering, am I doing enough? Because this seems big, like a world class education. Like, did I pick the right school? If I ask questions of my teacher, are they going to penalize and take this out on my child? And did I say that right? Am I making the right decisions? Um, I need my child to have some kind of tutoring, but I'm not the greatest at math. Like, a lot of your concerns are based in fear and fear and fear, because the system is going to just steamroll ahead. And you're afraid that your child is going to be left back, left behind, maybe literally retained, right? Retention or held back, failing a grade, that they're going to be left back in life, that in 10 years, they're going to be having to take a job to make ends meet, make decisions not aligned with their purpose or their values, and not have the relationships that will help them thrive and move forward. I know that that's what you're afraid of. I know that that's what you're fearful of. I know that that's what keeps you up at night. That's what that's why you're going so hard to provide, to make sure that there are opportunities, to be sure that your child is at the top of the class, that they're getting all. But how does that come out? Oftentimes that comes out in anxiety, that comes out in pushing forward without making sure to maintain a relationship. So I want to give you the permission to pause. Okay. Take a breath. All right. And know that school is one part. Okay. School is one part. But what happens at home? What happens in relationship with you, the parent? That's primary. The reason why I know that I received a world-class education despite ever having attended a private school, a high achieving school, a charter school, the reason why I know that Josiah will receive a world-class education is because of my parents. It's the parents. It's you. You may feel like the problem, but you are the solution. You are the solution. You are the solution. And it's by a strong relationship with your child. Read this list one more time. Financial independence. Do they get that at school? Or they get that with you? Where's it start? Purpose. Is purpose coming from school or is that coming from home? Connection to God. Is that at school? Or is that in relationship and connection to you? Healthy relationships. Where does that begin? What are they seeing? Where is this best and first modeled? High satisfying career. Now this one is, I'm gonna share this story one day, right? But what we not gonna do, we, me, my house, our family, is prioritize a job over family, over purpose. Okay? High satisfying career means one in which my values are not compromised. I'm able to live and work and walk in purpose. I'm helping to make the world great for my family and for others. I'm building legacy and I'm doing it God's way. High satisfying. I didn't say high paying. I didn't say high earning. I didn't say high status. I said high satisfying. And then decision making. good decision-making skills. So despite growing up middle class, a beautiful Black woman, um, with many challenges and obstacles in school, lots of talking back, missed assignments, not handing stuff in on time, lots of executive function skills. We'll talk about that too. We'll get into that. That were just needing to be built up and improving things like turning in work, time management, just doing what was needed. A lot of that could have prevented me or could be the reason why I'm saying, oh, I didn't get world-class education. But I did because guess what? Travel, involvement in school activities, solid relationships with my family and different community members, especially church family, especially growing up in the military, like knowing how to come into a community and or come into a place and build community around me or lean into the community that was already built and set up. These are life skills. These are life skills. So I'm not saying, hear me, I'm not saying that math and science and reading and social studies and all the other classes, I'm not saying those are not important. I'm just saying that home relationship with you as the parent is primary. And I want to help you shift your vision so that your child has access to resources that ensure that they are successful in school and in life. Both. They don't just have to be successful in school and be struggling in life or feel like I got an advantage in life, but I struggled through school. Like, it's the season, it's the time for the both and. And although the system is systeming, I have a process, I have a program that helps you ensure both at the same time. Now, I've released 3 books on the topic, 3 books on the matter. How to partner with your child's school to ensure learning success. I wrote a book about planning, literally from A to Z, okay? From conception through life for your child. And I just released an ebook. If you want any of those books, just comment ebook, okay? And I'll know to send you the link to purchase one of those 3, if not all 3. In fact, if you want all 3, we could do a bundle because the ebook will get you started for back to school. The parent guide will help you access points throughout the school year. And that workbook, okay, the workbook, Planning Your Child's Success, will help you every year that they're in school make sure that you are on track. Where Josiah is right now is by planning. It's not by accident, not by mistake, not coincidence, not luck. I planned it. Okay? I sat down when he was 1 and I planned it. Before his 2nd birthday, I planned his trajectory, not only in school, but in life. Because a world-class education has less to do about grades and test scores and more to do about, shout out to Abigail, less to do about facts and more to do about skills. All right? It's the skills for me. It's the skills for me. And then if you are like, Kaz, I need more of this. Like, you know a lot. Y'all, 14 years in the education world, in this career, teaching in Kansas City, Houston, Costa Rica, leading a children's church in Houston, teaching in Waynesville, Missouri, pre-K all the way through high school. Like, I have so much information that I want to share. And it would be, even this live, right? It's going on 30 minutes. It would be overwhelming and you wouldn't get it all in like one setting. But what I want to do is welcome you into my community. I have a Parent Plus community where we meet bi-weekly and we are going through really what I'm talking about, like back to school, relationship with teachers, understanding test scores, understanding progress reports, keys to intervention and special education, your rights, What's the other topic? Additional support, community resources, preventing the summer slope, and the learning lost during school breaks. Like, I'm breaking it all down. I'm taking it slow, okay? So you can get quick results. In the next 30 days, life can change drastically when it comes to your child's education. I'm talking night and day. Give me 30 days, okay? Give me 30 days to work with you. Give me 30 days to help you create a plan. 30 days. All I need is 30 days. If we can get locked in for 30 days, we're going to see extraordinary results. And then guess what? You're going to be like, Cass, can I get 30 more? Give me 30 more days. Or I got another child. Can we run this back for my other kids? And I would love to help. So I hope that this helped you. I know this helped you. I know this helps you think more broadly about what education is, what success is, and really narrow down that it's fear that's holding you back. It's the fear of, am I doing it right? And bring it to me. Come here. Bring it in. Let me show you, let me tell you all the ways in which you're doing it right. And let me help you adjust and reposition so that you can so that you can run fast, right? So that you can do not hurried, but so that you can get accelerated results, quick results in 30 days. Y'all, my tutoring students, their parents come back in 2 weeks like, oh, he got an A on that last quiz. Oh, she's improved in math. Oh, the reading has gone up. I worked with a child for 18 months and we went from level 2 to level 5 in reading. You might be like, what does that mean? That means this child surpassed the grade level he was even in by getting clear on who he was. We weren't just working on reading. We were working on confidence. We were working on critical thinking skills. We were working on how's your day? How you feeling? You're successful at sports? Let's talk about that. You had a great, or you had a struggle day? Let's talk about that. You feeling kind of tired? Let's talk about that. Like, it's in the relationship. So I could go on and on and on. I'm very passionate. I'm very excited. I can't wait for y'all. DM success and I'll know what it means. Okay. Comment or DM success. I'll know what it means. All right. I'll know that means that you want access to the Parent Plus community, that you want biweekly coaching, that you want to get very clear on your child's learning goal. And every single thing that I share and that I give is with the intention. It is with the goal. It is with the conviction and the knowledge that you, the parent, are the game changer. That is you who will disrupt the system. It is you who will guarantee success for your child. It is you that will make sure that they're successful in school and in life. It is you. Say it's me in the chat. It's me, 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 A. It's me, 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 A. It's me, it's me, it's me, it's me. It's me for him. It's me for Josiah. It's you for your kids. It's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. It was my mama. It was my daddy. They were the game changers. They gave me access to a world-class education. And y'all know I still love to travel. I still love to talk. I still love to disrupt. Okay? In the best ways. And it's because they had a solid understanding of who I was. And my parents have always allowed me to be me. That's one thing about the Brentons. They gonna let you be you. Ooh. And there's power in you seeing your child fully and allowing them to be them. And as you guide them, and as you influence them, and as you instruct them and direct them, letting them find their purpose, letting them discover their place, letting them access resources so that they could be successful. This was so good. Happy Friday, y'all. It's Friday. We just out here waking up early and doing things. Share this live with a parent. Share this live with a parent who you know needs community and coaching and resources. And I will see you guys soon.